welcome back. And here we have another 1990 Topps Hockey. I'm looking to place a found. I get a whole box of these for not too bad. There are 396 cards in this set. However, that's just the numbers. A lot of these, a great many of these, have an A version and a B version. So very few of these are just a single card. Like for instance, card 38A, Calgary Flames team card. There's two variations of that. 41AB, 42AB, 43AB, so on and so forth. So a lot of these have more than one card. They'll have two different variations. So really that leaves a lot more to collect, which is actually pretty cool. All right, so let's get into this. We are opening up a 1990. We just opened up a 1989 NBA Hoops, and now we're going to get into this 1990 Topps. All right, I do love my hockey. All right. As you know, there are 14 cards, one glossy, and one piece of obnoxious do not eat gum. All right, so here is our league leader insert. We'll start with that. Gary Leeman, Toronto Maple Leafs, 89-90 team scoring leaders. There's a total of 21 of these cards. We now have numbers 13 and number 20. Nice looking card. Not really that glossy anymore. They are pretty old, but they're still pretty nice cards. All right, moving on. And again, we're looking for 1990, Jaromir Jagr, Sergei Fedorov, Eric Lindros, Brett Hull, Wayne Gretzky always. So let's see what we got. All right, starting out from the Penguins, Pittsburgh, we have Jim Johnson, a defenseman. All right, moving on to the Washington Capitals, Mike Ridley, a center. All right, Islanders, New York Islanders, we got David Volek, left wing. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, Calgary Flames, Joe Nieuwendyk, center. Probably slaughtered that name, but I do apologize. New Jersey Devils, we got Bob Brook. And from the evil Detroit Red Wings, kind of an Avalanche fan, so the evil Red Wings, we have John Chabot. Oh, that's a pretty good one right there. Mark Messier, Edmonton Oilers. That's a good one right there. All right, moving on. Barry Peterson, a center from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Stéphane Lemieux, a center from the Montreal Canadiens. All right, Toronto Maple Leafs showing up again with David Reed, their left wing. And then from the Calgary Flames, Paul Ranheim, left wing. Then we have Gord Murphy from the Philadelphia Flyers. Paul Coffey, Pittsburgh Penguins, a defenseman, and it was the Kings, but not the right one. Dave Duchesne, defenseman. Nice. All right, but Mark Messier, that's a pretty good pull right there. He was a really good player in his time. But still, these cards are pretty nice. This part actually opened up better than the other one. There were no ate-up edges on these. These are all really nice-looking cards. The gum didn't mark up anything, so sometimes you'll have like the shadow outline of the gum on it, but these cards all look pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. And the thing is, we might have gotten some of these in the other pack, but there's always those A and B variants that we had to be on the lookout for, as well as there are a list of errors that we have to look out for. We will be looking up on all of these, and we will be doing a follow-up video at some point in time. We'll probably do our follow-ups like on Fridays or Saturdays or something. But we'll do our follow-ups right before we start the week off again. We're going to start doing a follow-up video. So we look at the cards we got over the course of the week, and we will see what we got and what we didn't get. That's what we got. That is your Wax Pack Madness for 1990 Topps. And don't ever eat that gum. That thing's like dang near 30 years old. 90, 2000, 10, 20, 40 years old. Don't need it. There you are. 1990 Topps Hockey. Good set. A lot of fun. Until next time, hey, keep collecting some cards. All right, so we are just going to do this little update here. So if you look on the bottom of these cards here, right, you see this one here has a B, a D. This one over here has an A on it. Well, so basically your A's and B's are single print cards. You're either an A printing or a B printing. And your variations are C's and D's. And so those were double printed cards. So like, let's see this one right here. And of course it's a B. A. All right, well, this one right here, right? So this Wayne Gretzky card here, right? So if you look down on the bottom, this is a D print. Now there's C prints and D prints. And generally speaking, all of the ones I looked at, the D prints are a tiny bit more valuable than your C prints. And I mean, we're talking like, say that this, okay, this is a Gretzky card, so this is worth a little bit more anyway, just because it has his picture on it. So we'll say that the C run of this is $1.75, right? Then this one here, this D run, is going to be like $1.84. You're not looking at a huge difference, but the D print cards do have a slight bit edge over the C print cards. So those are your variations for your 1990 Topps.